Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome to a brand new series of Cities Skylines. We are playing with the new DLC, Green Cities. So I've just unlocked that and I'm keen to have a look at how it goes. But instead of just kind of randomly going through all the stuff, I'm just gonna build a city and see how that goes. And I'm quite keen to progress slowly and just go through it one by one. Okay, so let's see what we have here in terms of resources. So from an industry perspective, I'm kind of thinking maybe we should jump straight into some forestry over here next to the mountain or mountain range or hill or whatever. I think over there that would be good. That can naturally progress into a bit of an ore area over here. So this is actually going to be our industrial area. Then I think what I will do is we will situate commercial and residential alongside the river over here. And we'll see how we deal with that. Maybe in future we'll need some tunnels and things like that to connect those up. Okay, so let's see, how are we going to get started? Let's get the kind of highway into the city. I'm running basically my standard kind of mods. Interesting, fin time, it's in like that. Anyway, that's okay. What is this? Toggle road collision, toggle node snapping, toggle road bending, toggle road anarchy. Anyway, okay, let's just see about getting that in. I am quite keen to have a look at the new road editor tool. I think that can be very cool. But what we'll do is, for now, we'll just do we'll just start out with the basic stuff. So they're trying to give me all kinds of reasons not to start. Okay, I think the first thing I'm going to do is start with a nice big roundabout over here somewhere. Yeah, maybe feed that in there over here, and then we'll have a road out this way and a road out that way and maybe a road out that way. Yeah, I think that's probably going to do well. So let's do that. Let's do like so. Oh, hang on. Wrong tool. And that's just a street anyway. Okay, fine, hang on. Where's my highways? No, this is a highway, right? Oh, no, it's not a highway. Wrong buttons. Highways over there. Thank you. I want the bendy tool. No. 10. Okay, and 10 over this way, like that. 10 over that way and 10 over that way, and there we go. That's a massive roundabout, really massive, really sizable. I'm wondering if that's not too big. But if this is actually, this is going to be fine. It's going to be perfectly fine, because reason is we might change that into something like a more proper interchange in the future. So if I do this one, yeah, up to say around there, actually a little bit beyond, no, maybe something like that's fine. And then if we bend it in, okay, if we do something, if we do something like that, yes, and then we do a little something like that, that's gonna look like perfect. Now coming out of it, well, let's do the same. Come on, get rid of that. Let's get the same one up to around there. Then we'll, no, wrong tool. Keep forgetting that. Please stop doing this. Thank you. Okay, now let's and we're gonna something like that, I think, and then we're gonna tie it in. Oh, almost. That's pretty good, like that. Now let's just flip these around. Okay, so that, spending a bit of money. Perfect. So that's our first access into the city. Alright, and now what we need to do is grab some roads that we can then kind of spur off of there. So what I'm going to do is I'll do that to the one side, and this to the other side, and actually eventually we'll probably do that one to run along that way, right? So that is the start of our city. It's going to give us yes, and in future we have a bit of space here to actually change that into something. So let's see about laying out our first residential area. Just before we do that, let's have a quick look at the wind, which is one thing. So we've got a bit of wind over here. I'm thinking from a power perspective, what do we start with? I want to go green, right? That's the kind of the point we have, is to go green. Not sure we can afford any of the real big ocean thermal. That is extremely expensive, guys. Extremely. What is this one? Geothermal. Geothermal is not that expensive. How much power does this produce? 80 megawatts. So geothermal power plant uses like the warm Earth's core to provide electricity for the city. Geothermal energy does not pollute. But is that some noise pollution? So I'm kind of thinking somewhere over here next to the not on that road, but next to that, I've got this standard solar power plant. That's 80,000 versus 65,000. This gives us a little bit more though. And then we've got the standard cheap stuff, really. Oil power, coal power. Coal power really is a cheap one, but not really what we're after just yet. I think I'm going to go geothermal. I've never really used geothermal. So let's see where we're going to lay that out. What I'll do is I'm actually going to extend this in here a little bit. Right, that's... Ooh. That should actually go up here and then run that way. So let me do that. It goes straight that way, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of, it either needs to bend this way or it needs to bend that way and go up here. And I think bending that way and going up there is probably a good idea. It'll make for a good kind of natural feature. So I would say something like that, right? Yeah, taking the topography into account, we can bend it back and run it through there. I think that's going to be pretty decent. Now, off of this road, I'm thinking power plant. Not too close there. So what I'll do, but there's not a lot you can do in this area. So all I need to do is actually say, well, let's go straight for a little bit like that. Right, and then what we'll do is we'll bend it out of the way. Like that. Or is that kind of starting to look... No, I think that's okay. So let's just see about straightening that up a little bit. Over here. Perfect. And then we'll just run it straight for a little. So I would say something like that. There we go. And our geothermal plant will stand next to the mountain over there, be fairly central in terms of producing power. Now, from here, let's see, how are we gonna... I'm gonna kind of start wrapping the residential areas to this side, leaving a bit of space over here for maybe a future interchange running that way. Okay, so let's see, we'll start it kind of over there. I'm gonna start it out straight, and then let's see about turning it, say something like that, yeah? And it runs in here, and we can turn it back on its side at some other point. What I'll also do is I will run another kind of parallel road. It probably needs to go a little bit further away. We'll start it straight like that, and then what we'll do is we'll do the same thing over here. Okay, maybe 3. Go 3 like that. Yeah, no, that's crazy ridiculous. 20 and something like that should be fine, and I'm hoping now we can actually run them parallel. Actually you need to go there to run them parallel, and that's kind of okay. It looks a little bit funny, but that's kind of okay. So now we can actually run them parallel from there. Yeah, and we'll deal with a bit of terracing here for houses. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna pop in a bit of a, give me a straight piece, and we'll just gonna pop in a straight connection through there. Right, so that there's at least a bit of action going through there, but from the one to the other side. Now let's start laying out our residential areas. Perfect, and there's a bit of room for a walkway or a park or something in between. We will get some water on that side, so let me grab it. I'm gonna go with a pumping. Ooh. This area, obviously the water is going down that way. That is an interesting one. So it's a little bit of a bay over here, so we shouldn't be dropping polluting water in there. That would be problematic for us. Unless what we do is we buy this extra tile. Let's do that, and go in there and then see about dropping out our polluted water on this side. And this water looks fairly fast flowing, to be honest. Okay, so let's do that. Let's have a look at where we get our this eco stuff. Right, that's going to be too expensive for now, so let's just run this one, and I'm thinking somewhere over here, the eco one, and on the other side we want to draw some water, and we can draw some water somewhere from within the bay over here. I'm hoping that works. Now some water connections, some piping. Okay, so let's run the piping through there and through there as a starting point. Whoops, something's happening. There we go. Okay, and we'll run it down this road over here and over there, and what I'm thinking is from there we almost do a straight shot in there, see how that goes. So now we've got that connected. Let's get our power up and running. We are looking for geothermal. Ooh, I didn't quite plan that out. Okay, what I'm gonna do then is I'm just gonna kind of demolish some of this. I think that should be fine, and then all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a piece like that, and I'm gonna put our geothermal right there. Not looking pretty at the moment, but I think it will do. Right, geothermal plant right there. That's perfect. Spending a ton of cash, but we have a fair bit because we've unlocked everything. Now let's see about connecting our area up like so. Okay, let's get cracking. Let's see about people starting to make use of this area straight away. Are we? That power can look at that. How ridiculous is that? Anyway, give me this. Get rid of that one, and we'll just kind of pop it in there, and that's going to be perfect. There we go. Housing is underway. We're already off to a swimming start over here. What I'll do is I will extend that even further like this. I might even do that side, but maybe not quite yet. Let's take out that one. What I'll do is please keep going with the building there. What I'll do is I want to see about extending this road a little bit like this, so that kind of guides our development of the rings. Ooh, and pause that just a little. I want to take that one out too, because I want to extend this one and wrap it around here. To be honest, let's have a look at that. Ooh, build shelters. The one thing I want to quickly have a look is options and just see in gameplay. Oops, not that. Where's the dynamic? Yes, random disaster frequency. I'm gonna make it very small, something like that. I don't want crazy problems all the time. Okay, we need some more water to be kind of pumped over here. So we'll do like that and like that. I think because that's kind of where the new road is going to go. For the road, I want to actually, let's do a bit of straight like that, and then let's do a 5 this way and a 5 that way. Is that going to be okay? I think that's going to be fine. And now what we need to do is we need to do another actually another 5 straight like this. Forget about the shelters, please, guys. And then let's see. Oh, that is looking sweet. Crowley Street is looking sweet. Okay, so let's pop in some more like that. We've got a few funny shapes in there. That should be fine. We should have some houses popping in there now. Next thing I want to do is look into this specialization that we've got that we need. So for this, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of do some straights like that. That's looking pretty good. And then off of the side of those, I'm going to just do the kind of dirt roads. So if I do a few stretches of dirt roads like this, right? Maybe just something like that. Don't go too crazy. You can even connect that one up there. That even makes a ton of sense. Like such. Look at that. I think that's going to be a pretty good layout for it. Actually doesn't look bad at all. And, I'm loving it in the dark. I've never really played it in the dark. Okay, so now let's get a district in here. Please don't keep giving me all of these messages. Okay, so now let us run it like this. And what we'll do is we'll extend it up here and to there and to that. Okay, so this is going to be our first district, Barlow Square. It seems is what we're calling it, and this is going to be a special industrial district for forestry. Okay, so let's straight away get some forestry action in here, and I don't want to dense it out fully. I kind of like just spacing it out a little bit to see if we can't get it to look a little bit more natural. Right, that one, actually I'm quite keen. Let's just do the straight thing right over there. Let's do some action on there. I don't really want it on this road, just to kind of make sure we leave a bit of room there. Do a similar thing over here. Oh, of course we still need power and water over here, so let's link up the power, and the power is going to be straightforward. We're just going to link it up like that. That's good. The water should be fairly close, so what I'll do is I'll extend the water and then run it along where this is going to be, and then we'll run the water up here. We'll do that and that, and hopefully pick up the bulk of the stuff. Actually, we do that, that should all be picked up if we have sufficient power, of course. And I've never decided to actually run the power down here, so I'll do that for now. And actually I'm probably gonna have to run it like that. Okay, there we go. Power is up and running, so everybody should calm down now. At the same time, we're also immediately experiencing some concerns with regards to crime. So let us quickly see about accommodating that as an issue. Where will be a good spot? I'm thinking right on this road over here is going to be a good spot for that. At the same time, we probably want a bit of a clinic over here somewhere. Maybe the next road up. Perfect. And are we also going to pop in a bit of a fire station somewhere? Something like that, maybe closer to this road, closer to where the action is going to be on this side, maybe in here. Is that a good spot for it? Yeah, I think so. Let's pop that bad boy in there. Okay, so all of that will hopefully get a lot sorted out, sort out this crime. Perfect. Okay, that's going. We've got a fair pace. Okay, now we need to get some commercial happening, and I'm thinking we can probably do a fairly sizable commercial district over here. I'm thinking the city is going to grow in that general direction. So let's get the big road, and let's see about bending that. Let's see about keeping it straight. Ooh, what am I doing? New services, elevation step. Interesting. There we go. Okay, so we've done it a little. So now let's see about if we do something like that. Alright. Okay, I just need to pause that for a second so we reconnect our power. Okay, so our power has been reconnected. Now what I want to do is I want to actually get another road that comes out of here, and it could actually tie up with this one. And so let's do a bit of a straight section just for a bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that kind of thing, like so, and this could be a bit more interesting shape. And we'll tie that in there. So now, and what I'll do is I'll connect that one through there. So now this area in my mind is where we're going to do a little bit more of a bit more of a, let's say, a commercial area. So like so and like so, and I'm wondering if we do that or do that or do that. I think if we kind of bend it a little bit, that would work quite well. So if we do that kind of thing right there, that would work quite well. There we go. So that's a bit of an interesting shape there, but this is kind of where we're going to do our main commercial area. So let's do that. Let's fill in the blanks. Over here we'll get the commercial up and running. Oh, we're also starting to see a bit of problems with, and now I'm kind of wondering if that's the right spot. Let me rather move the police station over here into our new kind of civic area, like such. Apologies guys. And we'll do the clinic in there too, and we'll probably pop in a school fairly soon. We'll start working on those kind of things. Yep, perfect. Let's have a quick look at the water situation. So what I'll do is I will need it on this side, like that. Like so. There we go. So water situation sorted. Our power is a little bit disconnected right now, so let me grab, all of that's been zoned, so we should have that filled in fairly quickly. So let's do that, fill it in. Then we need to also work on the new recycling center, and I'm thinking this area here is a pretty good spot for that too. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, we don't, yeah, that's a bit of a problem over there, right? So let's let's pop in the new recycling center over here. Also a good spot for it. So this is kind of almost a utility area. Okay, we need a bit more people to work there. So we've got a bit of a housing shortage that we're running. Okay, now let's see if we straighten up these sections right here. Forget about the new buildings, please. Yeah, straightening that up is actually going to work quite well. Oh yeah, hang on. Oh, that's an interesting one. They are not quite as straight pulled together as I thought, but if we do this, That's fine. That is decent. There's a little bit of a kink in there, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. So that's just kind of running us out that way. We might do some other things in here. Okay, so immediately we've got some problems with people dying. Crematorium. We'll pop it here next to the clinic. I think that's a good spot. Let's sort that out for us quickly. Fire stations, newly unlocked. Thank you. Okay, schools. I want to do this community school thing over here next to the crematorium. Yes, so let's do a community school over here, right? This area is kind of starting to look a little bit nice with the hillside stuff. Look at that. That's quite cool. Okay, well, we shouldn't be running out of... Yes, I know. Thank you very much. Please stop reminding me of new buildings. I know I've got everything unlocked. How's this looking? That's looking pretty good too. Okay, we need tons more residential. So what I'm thinking is let's start... Yes, I know. Thank you. Let's make sure that we... Ooh. Okay, so if I... Let's say if I just do a little bit of a straight like that, and if I then... Come on, and then I want to bend it like that. Hopefully that'll do the trick, right? If I straighten that up. Nope. Does not do the trick. Okay, what I'll then instead do is I'll start it from that side. So let's run an extra one straight up here. Yes. And like that, and then from here we bring it in, and we then need to just tie them together. So let's make sure we do that. There we go. That's a much better solution right there. And I think we will quickly fill these out, and then we're going to call this episode an episode, right? Ooh, it's not working. Of course not. Fill it out, fill it out. There we go. And same thing from this side. Let's just fill it out from that side. Nice. Fill it in like that. That's a nice new section. Got to get some water to connect on this side. Perfect. So that's up and running. So as the power, it is growing quite quickly, and it's looking fairly nice, and it's pretty nicely orientated towards the bay, which we will fix up into a nice area as we go. Okay guys, that's the first episode of Green Cities. If you've liked it, please subscribe. If you want to see some more, yeah, subscribe so you can get notified. Leaving me a like, and ooh, leveled up. And then I'll see you in the next episode. I'm ExactChaos. Thank you. Bye bye.